And Blake Nolan, our last walker today, but certainly not our least. Boy, I'm pretty sure if I asked anyone to say something about Blake, boy, we'd have stories going for a couple hours. Blake started with us as a child. How old were you?
I just turned 14 when I started.
And there are some pictures of Blake up on the wall that are awesome. And he posted one recently. It's so amazing. Orange belted photo is fantastic. But I had the great fortune of watching Blake grow from a motivated young man with lots of assistance, by the way, and guidance and driving to training. Truly a village-raised jiu-jitsu in Blake. And he became a really strong, confident teenager, and then even more so as a man. He really figured out how he can train best. He really figured out how to help others around him train best. And Blake is potentially moving into this black belt faster than most, but not by hours. If you count the hours, he's done the hours. He's doubled the hours. It is amazing. And I can tell you that our academy over the last several years has been greatly affected by his personal training, his time to develop his game and then share it with all of us. And the way he drags his partners in on this like mad scientist of jiu-jitsu understanding. And forever we're going to be proud of you and thankful to you. There's a couple guys that need to say something. You?
I mean, this day, skill set wise, could have come a while ago, I think. But again, Blake's passion for jiu-jitsu is just super, super evident, and his growth over the last couple of years has just been remarkable. In many ways, technically, but also mentally. He's developed this mental fortitude when he rolls. It's really inspiring. He's another one of these guys that, when I first started rolling with him, I'd have to not put pressure on him. I felt bad, and then over the last recent bit, I'm like, oh man, he's catching me, submitting me. His technique is getting sharper. It is sharper than mine, and he's surpassed me, and it's a beautiful thing to feel. But it's not. There's no mystery around it. It's the passion and the hours put in, and then the training partners, the environment. Blake always finds a new way to different people, grabs them, drills. The whole room's getting better, along with Blake. That's because of people like that. So congratulations, man. You earned that.
I'm guessing Blake still had some Huggies pull-ups in his drawer when I graduated high school. And despite that, I would say that it's pretty much the case that he is my source for technique, accountability, and inspiration hour for hour over the last several years in jiu-jitsu, which makes you my teacher. And I think that's pretty amazing, just outright. However, he's not a very good student. I don't think he ever pinches people intentionally, although he does catch, triceps that have gone a little flabby now and then, and that sort of thing. I've never seen him.
Student, he did never learn from you.
No, he didn't get any of it. I don't think he's ever bit anybody. If he's pinched someone, it's only been, in the solitude of only two people in the gym with no one else finding out. So he's just not listening. And I'm glad we've held back this long due to his lack of interest in those very essential ingredients to jiu-jitsu. But I think everyone knows that his dedication is deep, and I just want to emphasize again what Michael was saying about this isn't just some guy who has all the talent. Any of us could have had talent. Actually, we all do. It's the work, and I actually started jiu-jitsu in my life about the age that he is now, and I remember and I'm just making 20 plus hours a week to fulfill my dreams, and I remember thinking, gosh, if I could just really commit myself. I know how I could get better, and I didn't have the chance to do that in the way that he is. So in a lot of ways, Blake is living the life that I always wanted to be. You know, as far as dedication, he's demonstrated the dedication, and I couldn't be more proud of him. And so even though Blake, you could have been the result of my prom in my life. And the pride that I feel for you is not unlike one of a father to a son. I couldn't be more proud to welcome you as a brother to being a black belt.
Anything you want to say, young man?
I'll try to keep it short. I'm still trying to catch my breath. This is an overwhelming day for me, but I guess this year's been a lot for me. A lot of challenges, a lot of growth, and it's just life continuing to reinforce the value of this sport, and especially of this community. I feel so blessed and fortunate to be here. I started here when I just turned 14. I feel like I grew up here, you know. It's under the influence and contribution of all the people here that I am where I am today, on the mats and off the mats. So I'm just incredibly grateful. You know, this is the outcome of not just my own hard work, but the input of everybody here. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I especially want to say thank you to Michael and Tracy for their love and generosity. You guys are the cornerstone of this community. I also want to say thanks to Armand, Brian Marug, down there, with his head down. Chris Yoon, who's not here today, but he's someone who probably contributed more to my jiu-jitsu than anybody, period. And John Furukawa. There's so many people here. It's my family and my friends. Everybody here, you know, I just owe everything to you guys. And then lastly, I want to say thanks to my mom and dad. I love you guys so much. You guys. First 2 years when I started, every day, my dad picked me up from school, take me to the gym every day. My mom would get home from work. She'd come home, pick me up from when I'd be at home. She'd drive me to the gym out to Newburgh. She'd rush back, do stuff at home, make dinner, and then run back just to pick me up. You know, they're dedicated to me. They always made sacrifices for the betterment of their children. I love you guys so much. All right, this part sucks. Here we go.